Hi there, everyone. I just wanted to create a resource for you all for our final project. I know there were some questions, and I want to make sure that you are all able to complete this final assignment, this final project. It's a major chunk of your grade, that you all feel enabled to successfully complete the assignment and that you understand the instructions. Going to go through it with you just so I can tell you what I mean in all these sections, what I expect from you, and to provide a resource for you all so that you can complete this final assignment successfully. So let me pull up our instructions. All right, so here is that moral mind map reflection worksheet and assignment instructions. This is available to you on our page. You are going to see a link to Google Doc. In order to complete this assignment, first you have to complete this worksheet here, right? So we have this worksheet, and then after you do all of that, there's a page break there, and that's where you'll see the instructions. So it says, after completing this worksheet, create a short presentation or slides presentation explaining what you discovered about yourself as a moral thinker. Don't simplify your answers, explain the pattern in your answers and what the pattern shows about your values. You have to complete this worksheet here, and you have to submit it alongside your presentation. So if you look at the worksheet here, which is this first part, you'll see it says for each discussion below, those discussions below are right here. Look back at what you wrote in your posts and responses. That means you have to go back in the class to look at what you responded to in the original assignment and analyze the moral choice each discussion post made you look in between, identify your choice, and decide which theory that we studied or theories so it can be true that you were sort of aspects of your answer did variant things. If I said, for example, in the trolley problem, I don't think I should pull the lever because I think that I have some moral duty not to murder people, and I also think that the kind of person who would pull the lever is the kind of person I don't want to be. There were aspects of that answer that were both deontological and from virtue ethics. Or if you said something like, so then you'll come down here, the trolley problem is the second one. And I'll give you the original question, runaway trolley is happening. I will articulate what I think the moral choice was. So, is it morally acceptable to cause harm to one person to prevent greater harm to five people? I will sort of ask you some follow up questions. Do consequences matter most? Does the rule matter most? Does your character matter? Is there more than one answer? And then I want you to come down here and I want you to sort of select this is the theory closest to what I believed. And it's possible that you can select for multiple theories. If you ended up like a nihilist or an existentialist, I would just put down cultural relativism. But after you choose which one's closest to you, I want you to write 3 to 5 sentences explaining your answer. Tell me, what should you focus on? And then I also am interested in like what will that mean for you? What this worksheet will help you do is it'll help you do your presentation at the end. So I think sort of doing the work as you're completing the assignment of I find it interesting. I was a deontologist with the trolley problem because I was a utilitarian here. This is sort of a space for you to do all of that. I just need you to literally be able to show me that you've at least confronted your original response and then identified what it was doing. After you complete all of those, you'll come down here to the scorecard and you'll go, of those different like 9 discussions, I was an egoist this many times, I was a hedonist this many times, utilitarian, deontologist, virtue ethicist. After you select for all of those, you'll come down here and answer these questions, right? What theory did you select the most? What did you select the least? Were you surprised? Did they change depending on the situation? What do you think this says about your moral values? And also note, I'm telling you, I want 6 to 8 sentences. You have to tell me 6 to 8 sentences or I won't give you credit for that question. I do have to sort of enforce this because it's a major project. These are sort of questions for you to think about to help you prepare for your presentation. Um, These are super helpful for you because these also guide you the right direction. You have to submit this worksheet with your recording. If you give me a recording without a worksheet, I literally will not grade your assignment, okay? It's here, it's elsewhere. After you've completed that worksheet, I want you to come here to instructions and you have to make a PowerPoint or Google Slides presentation. Um, and then you're going to have to record it. So here's sort of the bare bones of what has to be in that presentation. You can add more, but you cannot have less, or I will not give you full credit. Okay? Create a PowerPoint. You can include a title. I want to see that scorecard in the presentation. I want you to tell me the most common theories, and I need an example. And then I want you to give me the least common theories. And then I want you to tell me why do you think that you are most attracted to these theories and least attracted to those theories, okay? I want to see some example of both of those things. Then I want you to sort of compare your answers. So tell me how your answers back in the beginning of the semester were changing from situation to situation. I also am interested in, like, do you think that in some cases there are multiple right answers, or in some cases there aren't? I want you to sort of think about how they might have been different. If they weren't different at all, then I want you to use this space to sort of explore, like, why is it that I was so streamlined? Is it because you have some personal, religious, or ethical belief that you had established coming into this course? This is a space for you to tell me about that. Then I want you to think about how you're going to confront those things, how you're going to reckon them, and then I want you to show me your mind map. What is a mind map? Let's go to images.google.com. Mind map. This is what a mind map is. Well, look at this one. Open image, a new tab. Here is a mind map, right? I could even mind map examples, philosophy, ethics. Here is a super, super complicated one. Oh, it might be too complicated. Here's a great one. You could put here deontology, utilitarianism. Tell me the examples you're a utilitarian, the examples you were deontological, and how those shaped you, right? This is just an example. All mind maps do is they're visual examples to show your thinking. In the center here, you could put my moral thinking. Over here could be virtue ethics. Over here could be hedonism. Here are ways I was a hedonist. Here are ways that I was into virtue ethics. That's what the mind map is. Here are the examples on how you make the moral mind map. So it's a visual thing, and your mind map should have you as a moral thinker at the center. That is, like, the branches need to come from that. Around the center, include branches for ethical theories that appear in your answers. It should show visually the theories most important in your responses. You can do this by making common theories larger or darker or closer to the center or connected with thicker lines. And the theories you selected less should be smaller, farther away, or connected with thin lines, right? I want some artistic choice going on here. I need to know all the theories that were on your worksheet, the ones that were the most often there, the ones that were the least often. I need 3 examples of discussions. 3 discussions have to be connected somewhere to theories to demonstrate you were actually basing this on your discussion, and I want you to talk about it in your presentation. Arrows, symbols, colors, labels, showing relationships between ideas. I want you to demonstrate you know how to communicate your thoughts in a way that, by the way, would be hard for you to, like, use an AI bot to generate for you. You need to think critically and sort of prove to me that you are able to think of these things in ways that you need some human ingenuity to complete. And I also want to be able to sort of look at your mind map and have some visual sense of who you are compared to the philosophers before you, right? You can create it by hand or digitally, and if you create it by hand, just take a picture and put it into your PowerPoint. Remember that that needs to be a slide here. You don't have to literally do these 8 slides if you don't want to, but you must have at least these 8 slides, okay? Then I want you to have a final reflection after looking at all my answers. What kind of thinker am I? And then tell me your answer to that question. You have to make a reflection for it. At some point, you also have to bring up 2 replies from your peers, okay? You have to explain how peers might have challenged you or explored, made you grow more as a thinker. I need to see that as well, okay? Then I need you to record the presentation. So speak as if you're explaining results of like a scientific experiment to the class. Your experiment was this ethics class, and here are your results. Walk through the slides, explain your results, discuss the theories that match your answers, explain your mind map, and reflect on what you learned. I don't want you to be reading a script or from your slides. Those are tools to guide your presentation. Um, and I want you to like reckon with your thinking in the moment. Like right now, I am showing you this thing that I wrote, and I'm talking to the ideas through you. I expect you all to read all of these pages your own. You've had them now for at least 2 weeks. You will have had by the time you turn this in a month to read through this and to complete the instructions. This is a project that should have taken you a month to complete. Like I want you to prove to me that this project has been formative for you and helpful for you. You have to submit the worksheet, your presentation, and then if there is anything else that you need to submit, links, files, images, just send them to me and make sure I can read them. This is also going to be like the last, there's a reminder for the worksheet. This is also going to be one of the last assignments due, obviously, alongside your final exam. So the reality is, frankly, that you are all going to have to read these instructions thoroughly, complete every aspect of the instructions, that there won't be an opportunity to turn in this assignment because I won't be able to look at all 50 of my students' final projects between both classes. I won't be able to look at all of those projects all at once and give everyone meaningful feedback and then do that again. Okay? So please, 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 please complete the worksheet, make your mind map, and then make your presentation following the guidelines I gave you in that assignment, and then record yourself presenting that assignment, turning in the worksheet, turning in the presentation, and turning in the recording. If you have questions, I'm available to you. We can meet for office hours, we can meet independently, and I can explain things over email, whatever is most formative for you. But I would recommend, if you have questions, to go back to that worksheet. I know it's 17 pages long, but you've had a month to read it, to work on this project, and I have cut down the amount of reading that you've had to do, so that I can ensure you had the time to adequately engage with these instructions. And they're not so much there just to like be fun resources. They really are the thing that I'm going to be asking you to do, and where you don't complete it, I will have to take off credit, okay? When you are done, there is a discussion board thread in our classroom, and I want you to upload your recording. You could either directly upload it into the discussion board post, or you could publish it to something like Vimeo or YouTube. You're welcome to make it unlisted, make sure that I can still view the recording. Submit the recording and submit the worksheet there completed, whether you do it on paper and scan it in, or do it on paper and take a picture for me, or you do it digitally and submit a file. That is where I want you all to be putting your discussions and your worksheets. You can also look through your peers. How did they think through this class, and what are sort of the final products of their engagement with this course? Those are also just fun things for me. I love that as a student, and I hope some of you like it as well, although I know some of you will turn it in and move on. Um, Thank you all again so much. Please, please, please reach out if you have questions, and please have a enjoyable rest of your summer, and let me know if I can do anything to help you.